Good morning. So, I woke up the other day and I chose violence. I'm not trying to do that today, but I'm fed up. I'm so fed up. Granny has been on a journey of learning some things. It's one of the reasons that I was away from social media for so long. And then I come back to social media. I come back to TikTok because I had been on Facebook. I hadn't really left Facebook, but I had been just posting on Facebook and everything. And I come back to TikTok. But on Facebook, Reels is where I saw this, so I just want to preface by saying that. But this was a person that I consider to be an elder in the witchy community. Y'all, please stop it. And I'm specifically talking to the elders. Stop it. Because I'm going to hold you accountable every time. Okay? I'm not going to unfollow this creator. I'm not, because I follow them across platforms. They are very knowledgeable, but sometimes some of you old heads really be pumping some bullshit out there. That's all I'm going to say. To sit and say that candle magic is basic, boring, and nothing more than just saying a prayer. Well, there's a lot to unpack right there in that. It is completely a sign that you as a practitioner need to go back and do basic stuff. Refresh your memory. Okay, speaking to Appalachian practitioners, or speaking from an Appalachian practitioner standpoint, the Bible tells me that I need to go back and do my first work sometimes. Okay, I'm not telling you got to live your life by the Bible. I don't like that book neither, but that's a universal truth. Sometimes you got to go back and do your first works over, and that can be applied in any religion, across any practice, across any pantheon. Go back and do what made you first fall in love with something in the first place. Okay? Candles can be very simplistic magic, yes. And maybe to you that means they're boring. Maybe they're not aesthetic enough. But they can also be very complex. Candles are not necessarily the spell. You see someone who's done a spell and there's a candle lit, that doesn't necessarily mean that that candle was actually part of the spell. That candle may be reverence to the spirit who they are calling on for assistance. I don't understand why y'all are still doing this. I thought that we were growing together. I thought the Witch Talk community was growing together. I thought, those of us that those of us from Witch Talk that did go to other platforms and you've been building over there now, I really thought that I was beginning to see some real wisdom from this community. But when I see and hear elders say stuff like that, I have to wonder, are we really growing? I'm going to tell you a little practical story, then I'm going to end this video. So hold the screen. I'll put that up there, and I'll put some other text and stuff up there. In 2014, my daughter came out about some stuff that my ex-husband had been doing to her. Stressing my ex-husband. Okay? Because some of you have really gotten some things twisted from time to time. But my ex-husband, had been doing heinous crime to my daughter. I did not know. She came out about it. She told me. From 2014 to 2017, we all lived a personal hell. And in that time, my now husband and I got together. We made things official and all the things during that short amount of time. Yes, and that's not for everybody to know. It's not for, I don't care what you think about me for that. We are still together 11 years later, and we are still making miracles happen, and he's a good man to my daughters, and that's all that matters. Anyway, I digress. During that time, it was our own personal hell, though. We couldn't enjoy life. My daughters and I, we couldn't even enjoy each other because there was this cloud hanging over our head. When I finally decided to listen to the Christ consciousness within me, Jesus, whatever you want to call it, and I'm not talking about audible voices here, but I'm not going to explain myself. When I finally listened to what that entity was the message they were trying to say to me, and I finally did give in and I prayed to Hecate, There again, I prayed. And guess what? I lit a candle, an orange candle with nothing more than a sigil made out of the 3 consonants of her name, HKT. Probably wasn't even done right. 2 weeks. Now, granted, we'd been fighting this for 3 years, 2014 to 2017. And in May of 2017, I decided, late April, early May, I decided I was going to pray to her. And by May 17th of 2017, we had justice. He was convicted. He was imprisoned. And he stayed there for about 7 years. They counted the time he had spent in county lockup due to his crime. So he actually did about 9, almost 10 years. Almost. Before he got out. Well, you might as well say he did 10 years. Before he got out. I prayed. And I lit a candle to a deity that my other deity said, hey, she can help you attain justice. Not a disembodied voice. Anyway, I'm not getting into that. Y'all know what the fuck I mean. But stop getting to a point in your practice to where you think you know it all. Stop making blanket statements like that. Okay? Magic has no timeline. Nothing within magic is boring. Okay? There's 2 creators I'm going to tag because I think they would agree with me. And because I've learned so much wisdom from them, I want to share them with y'all. There's 2 creators I'm going to tag. I hope it's okay that I tagged y'all. We really need to work on this, y'all. We really need to work on how we word our videos and how we present ourselves, because budding witches, a candle is their best friend, and I will die the fuck on that. Because when I lit that in 2014, I had only been adding physical elements for a little while because I was still so entwined and engulfed by the church and Christianity that I didn't even know what I was doing. Stay witchy, bitches.